Exploring the Millennium, 1,000 years of Christ's reign and biblical insights. The Millennium in Christian eschatology refers to a prophesied future period of 1,000 years during which Christ will reign on earth. This concept is primarily derived from the book of Revelation and has captivated the imagination of believers, inspiring hope for a future era of peace and righteousness. Revelation 20:1-6 introduces the concept of the Millennium, describing a period where Satan is bound and Christ reigns supreme with his resurrected followers. This passage is crucial as it lays the foundation for various interpretations and understandings of what the Millennium entails and symbolizes in Christian theology. At the onset of the Millennium, Satan is bound and cast into a bottomless pit, as detailed in Revelation 20:1-3. This act prevents him from deceiving nations any further until the 1,000 years are completed, setting the stage for a period of unprecedented peace and divine governance. Revelation 20:4 highlights the resurrection of the saints who are given the authority to reign alongside Christ. These saints, considered blessed and holy, play a crucial role in the administration of Christ's kingdom on earth, emphasizing the restoration of justice and the reward for faithful martyrdom. During the Millennium, Christ's reign on earth is characterized by his direct leadership, which brings about transformations in political, social, and spiritual realms. This period is marked by harmony and the fulfillment of God's promises, as Jesus governs with fairness and revives the world through his righteous rule. During the Millennium, peace and justice will characterize Christ's reign, reflecting a world where fairness and righteousness prevail. This period will be marked by the absence of war and conflict, as prophesied in scriptures, offering a glimpse of a divine governance system that prioritizes the well-being of all humanity. The resurrected saints will play a pivotal role in governing alongside Christ, having been granted immortality and incorruptibility. Their experience and wisdom will be invaluable in administering justice and guiding spiritual growth among the people, ensuring that the laws of the kingdom are upheld with grace and equity. Biblical prophets like Isaiah and Zechariah provided a rich tapestry of predictions concerning the Millennium. Their visions included a new era of spiritual renewal and physical restoration, setting the stage for a transformed world where God's presence is manifest and his covenant with humanity is renewed. The Millennium serves a critical purpose in God's redemptive plan, acting as a bridge between human history and the ultimate restoration of all creation. It offers humanity a chance to experience life under God's direct rule, which is both a demonstration of divine justice and a test of human allegiance. Living conditions during the Millennium will be profoundly improved, as described by biblical prophets. Nature will be restored to its Edenic state, and humans will live in harmony with the environment. This era will be marked by abundance and joy, with the curse of sin lifted, allowing for true flourishing. The Millennium is seen as a time when many Old Testament prophecies find their fulfillment. Believers expect a restored Jerusalem and a re-established Davidic kingdom, where justice and God's rule are manifest globally. This period reaffirms God's promises and showcases his faithfulness across the ages. During the Millennium, Jerusalem will transform into the spiritual epicenter of the world, drawing people from all nations. As the global spiritual capital, it will not only be a place of profound religious significance, but also a beacon of peace and divine governance under Christ's reign. The re-establishment of the Davidic throne marks a significant era where Jesus reigns as king. His governance is characterized by righteousness and justice, fulfilling the covenant promises made to David, setting a new standard for leadership that stands in stark contrast to historical earthly rulers. Nature and animal life are also prophesied to undergo a transformation during the Millennium. Scriptures like Isaiah 11:6 9 depict a harmonious existence among all creatures, with the lion lying down with the lamb, highlighting the profound peace and restoration that will pervade all of creation. Worship and religious practices will play a pivotal role during Jesus' 1,000-year reign. With Christ physically present, worship will likely take on a new and rich dimension, deeply impacting the spiritual lives of all participants and fostering a global community united in faith and devotion. During the Millennium, human life will continue to evolve under Christ's reign, with people experiencing birth and death. This ongoing cycle will contribute to a dynamic society still engaged in growth and development, albeit under divine governance which promises unprecedented peace and justice. The role of technology in society in the Millennium will be pivotal. Advanced technologies might be used to enhance living standards and manage resources efficiently. This era will likely see a fusion of divine principles with human innovation, aiming to create a harmonious and sustainable global community. Educational and cultural aspects of the Millennium will reflect a profound transformation. Schools and cultural institutions might focus on teaching values such as peace, justice, and spiritual development. This will foster a generation well-versed in biblical principles and equipped to apply them in everyday life. As the Millennium draws to a close, a final rebellion will occur. Satan, once bound, will be released and deceive nations, gathering them for battle. However, this uprising will be swiftly quelled by divine intervention, marking the end of human-led conflicts and the beginning of eternal judgment. Following this, the Great White Throne Judgment will take place, where all souls, resurrected and alive, will face divine judgment. This pivotal event leads to the ultimate purification and preparation of a new heaven and a new earth, where righteousness dwells and God's presence is forever manifest. The culmination of the Millennium is followed by a transformative vision, as portrayed in Revelation 21, where a new heaven and a new earth are created. This signifies a complete renewal, free from old pains and sorrows, embodying the ultimate hope and restoration promised to humanity by God. In modern Christian thought, the Millennium is more than a biblical prophecy. It serves as a lens through which many interpret social and moral orders. This eschatological belief influences perspectives on everything from justice and ethics to environmental stewardship, reflecting a yearning for a perfected world under divine governance. The debate over whether the 1,000 years mentioned in Revelation is literal or symbolic splits Christian eschatology into several camps. Literalists, symbolic interpreters, and those who see it as a figure of a longer, undefined period. Each draw different conclusions about the nature of current and future events. Differing viewpoints such as premillennialism, amillennialism, and postmillennialism represent varied interpretations within Christianity regarding the timing and nature of Christ's reign. Each perspective offers a unique understanding of scriptural promises, influencing doctrines, worship practices, and the daily lives of believers. Millennial beliefs significantly impact Christian culture and politics, often motivating action towards social reform and influencing political agendas. This belief in an impending era of divine justice and peace shapes how communities approach issues of moral and societal importance, demonstrating the deep intersection between faith and public life. The Millennium is viewed diversely across Christian denominations. Catholics generally interpret it symbolically, seeing Christ's reign as manifesting through the Church's influence on earth. In contrast, many evangelical and fundamentalist groups anticipate a literal 1,000-year reign of Christ following apocalyptic events, a period of unparalleled peace and righteousness. Comparative eschatology reveals that Millennium beliefs are not exclusive to Christianity. Other religions also feature periods of transformative change. However, in Christianity, this concept is uniquely tied to the figure of Jesus Christ, making it a central theme in the theological narrative of future hope and ultimate redemption. The ethical and moral implications of Christ's reign are profound. During the Millennium, Jesus' governance is expected to embody perfect justice and peace, serving as an ultimate moral authority. This period is seen as a time when humanity will live in harmony with divine laws, setting a precedent for righteousness. The role of angels during the Millennium is often depicted as one of enforcement and guidance. They are seen as agents of God's will, ensuring the divine order is maintained and assisting in the administration of justice and the execution of tasks throughout Christ's reign. The Millennium inspires hope among believers for a future where justice and peace are finally realized. This expectation encourages a life of virtue and commitment to God's principles, fostering a community eager for the transformative era promised in eschatological scriptures and influencing how individuals interact with their faith. The Millennium inspires hope among believers, offering a vision of future justice and peace that transcends current worldly struggles. This eschatological promise motivates Christians to live righteously and act justly, fostering a community that anticipates a transformed world under Christ's reign, where peace and righteousness prevail. Believers envision their role in the Millennium by engaging in spiritual preparation and community building, focusing on personal holiness and service to others. This proactive approach not only prepares them for a future under Christ's rule, but also impacts their current communities positively, embodying the values expected during the Millennium. The expectation of the Millennium significantly influences Christian missionary work. Encouraging evangelism and social outreach, missionaries are driven by the urgency to spread the gospel and prepare as many as possible for Christ's return, emphasizing the transformational change that the Millennium promises to bring to the earth. Throughout Christian history, the Millennium has been depicted in various artistic and literary forms, each interpretation reflecting the cultural and theological nuances of its time. These depictions help believers visualize the prophetic scriptures, making the concept of a 1,000-year reign more tangible and inspiring. The psychological and social impact of millennial beliefs can be profound, shaping how individuals and communities view the future and their place in it. For many, these beliefs offer comfort and a sense of purpose, while for others, they might lead to anxiety about impending changes and how they align with divine prophecy. The concept of the Millennium significantly impacts interfaith dialogue by providing a platform to compare eschatological beliefs. Different faiths discuss their visions of the end times, fostering a deeper understanding and respect among varied religious communities. This discourse can bridge gaps between faiths and promote a more unified approach to spiritual teachings. Challenges and controversies in interpreting millennial scriptures often arise from their symbolic nature. Scholars and theologians debate whether to take the 1,000 years literally or metaphorically, leading to varied understandings and teachings within the Christian community. This diversity of interpretation can sometimes lead to confusion and division among believers. Educational approaches to teaching about the Millennium in Christian theology are evolving. Instructors are increasingly incorporating discussions that encourage students to explore various viewpoints and understand the implications of different interpretations. This holistic method helps students form their own informed beliefs about eschatology. Future trends in millennial beliefs among emerging Christian movements could see a shift towards more metaphorical or spiritual interpretations. As society becomes more secular, the literal beliefs in physical reign might diminish, making way for understandings that focus on the transformative spiritual essence of these prophecies.